Ladies and gentlemen, for the 829th time, it is the Mason and Friends Show, featuring that lady called Lisa, as well as that dude called you,
What's up, bitches?
as well as the Black Hand of Mike, aka the Ghost Hunter.
Yeah.
Boogie, boogie, boogie.
And me, myself, aka Mahoney. Welcome to the Mason and Friends Show.
What's happening, y'all? What's good out there today? So ladies and gentlemen, this is the story about what happened on the ghost hunt. Want to give
Mike.
a shout out to everybody. Say hey.
Mike went on a ghost hunt, y'all.
Went on a ghost hunt with Southern Folk here Paranormal. Shout out to them. Appreciate y'all for the invite, man. Great time.
How many of y'all?
Altogether, it was 7.
And y'all,
Remember that because that number's going to come important. It's going to be important later
but
on.
and all y'all was in the crib. That's not like 2 people in run a camera or one in like.
No.
All y'all,
So
whatever.
I'm gonna set you up there. So so we did the ghost hunt at cabin 360. It's in Mechanicsville. Now with this cabin comes another house that's literally 10 feet, 20 feet away from it called the murder house. All right. So we get down there. Me and Kid get there. And we meet the 3 members of the team that we didn't know. So the people that run it are Kid's cousins, Matt and Debbie. The 3 people that we met was a woman named Hannah, another woman named Tina, and her daughter Leah. All right, so it's us 7. And
Hannah, Leah, and Tina.
yep.
Okay.
Leanne. I'm sorry,
Leanne.
not Leah. Leanne. Leanne is the young girl's name. So we get there, we meet the first 3 that we didn't know, and we talked to them for a quick second, and they said Matt and Debbie were next door at the other house. All right, cool. Me and Kid, we leave out. We didn't even get into the house before we see Matt and Debbie coming out there like we set the cameras up. Now, you have cameras set up. They had cameras set up at the murder house. They had cameras set up at the cabin. So they had cameras everywhere. Like you had 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 4 cameras per house, roughly. You know what I mean? And they tell us when we got there, the people that were going to give us a tour.
How big the cabin? Like this?
It's probably about the size of this room.
I say the cat. No, actually, it was.
I'm saying
big.
this crib, like just a little bit smaller than this crib.
Yeah, a little bit smaller than the crib, but it's 2 levels to it.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. So you got an upstairs, it's A-frame.
This is in
loft.
Mechanicsville?
Yeah, Mechanicsville. So you got the cabin with the loft, because all this shit's built on Civil War grounds. You know what I mean? So when you go into this cabin, you have a table set up that has all the information about, the Civil War shit that happened there, the shit about the girl that was murdered in the house next door. The whole house has got like decorations of people that left stuff, Ouija boards, dolls, all these things
The
are in this
creepy
cabin.
stuff.
It's not even really creepy. Like the whole time I was never scared when shit started happening. But a feeling
Mike,
happened later on.
Were you looking for fear, though? You wanted to be scared?
Yeah, I thought I was prepared. It wasn't that I was looking for. I was prepared to be scared. You know what I
Now,
mean?
what would have scared you? Ghost trying to really put his finger in your ass or something like that? Really would have scared your black
I
ass?
don't know,
or-
baby. You know what I mean? But I don't know what
Some
would
white
have scared
Black
me.
motherfucker. If somebody
No.
come in here saying
Right,
something like
I
that,
had-
you, like
look,
Some like children
we gonna-
start singing like,
Oh no! Wait, there's some. I'm trying to tell you, there's some shit here. We got to get into it. So,
yes.
so we first get there. They give us a quick little rundown tour of the place. Here's the cabin. They say this woman got hung or tried to hang herself in the back room downstairs. The upstairs was a brothel. There was a brothel in the back room that men service women. And they were like, if you talk dirty in this back room, you might get some action. They say, I'm like, well, you told the wrong person that one because, I'm all about that. But these people weren't ready for the level of nasty I get, so I didn't do it to them, man. Not on this go round, not the first go round. So then we go.
Family friendly.
Like the girl that got murdered in the house next door, her obituary's on the mantle of the cabin. And they tell us, we go to the murder house, they tell us what happened. So this little girl, she was raped and murdered, or raped and shot twice by her adopted brother. Thrown out the fucking window, her bedroom window. She was killed in her bedroom, thrown out her bedroom window.
How long ago was this?
1979 is when this happened.
So, yeah.
And the
Ain't too long
boy,
ago.
yeah, the boy drug her body into the woods and put her into a deep freezer chest. People were doing construction work next door, seen this shit happen, and called the police. Boy got caught, got arrested, all this shit. He ended up getting out in 2020. Like, he's out. You know what I mean? But he was
Does he still live in my neighborhood?
I don't know where he lives at. But
I live in the woods at the goddamn crib.
you never know. So they say that the boy was in the basement line. They say that there's something demonic in the basement that they believe told the boy to do this shit to his sister. So that's the story we got.
That's some bullshit.
Now, shit gets crazy. So look, so we go back to the cabin. Now it's me and Matt. We're sitting next to each other, and we're in the chairs. There's a fireplace, and the fireplace goes around the corner. And then you got all the girls are sitting in the chairs, you know, and over across the room. Now they have equipment. Now they got different equipment, and I'm trying my best to remember the names of the equipment for the story. But chances are I'm gonna fuck this shit
They
up.
got some FLIR cameras.
So I don't even know what that is, but
It's like the infrared cameras,
I'm not sure what these cameras they had set up.
heat signature things.
They had one. There was this one. I can't remember. It was on like an iPad, and it showed you the stick figure in mass form, and like it had a contrast square up to it, so you could see whatever you was looking at in contrast plus whatever was there in a stick form, mass and stick form. Right? They had these cat balls that lit up. You know, if you touch them, you know, little balls that cats play with, they light up when you touch it. They had that. They had this thing called a REM pod. Now, this REM pod told you if the temperature changed, a sudden temperature change in a room, and if you could touch the antenna, it would go off as a different alarm for it, right?
Right.
So you got that thing, right? Then they had a dowel rods, you know, the little metal rods that they had those. Now, I was
That's some Egon shit.
I was skeptical of those at first, and I'll get to that.
Yeah, but those, I don't know, those
the
would
ghost
pick up
grab
shit
and
off
hold
the ground
them
too.
and snap.
You talking about just a little L rod?
Yeah, the two L
Yeah,
rods,
those pick
yeah.
up pipes and shit down in the dirt too also, so you gotta watch out for that.
So then, what else did they have? They had this thing for, I believe it's called an Essex test, where it's AM stations that are getting changed to make gray noise on this little device. I call it a static box because that's all you hear is this gray noise static to pick up voices, right?
Right, so they can talk through the static.
Exactly. So they have that, and then they have this thing, a music box. Now this music box plays this eerie tune whenever something walks in front of this damn thing. You know what I mean? So they got all this stuff, and then they had a couple extra things that we really
What's the
didn't
tune?
use. That's the what?
Do you know the tune?
I can't think of the tune. Like, I don't know the actual. No, it's none of that shit. Like, it's actually a.
Oh, it's like ballerina shit.
No, it's a real eerie, like, I can't think of the tune, but it's like perfect for if you're fucking with some ghosts to
Yeah.
me. You know? So, we're sitting in the living room, and
At the cabin?
yeah, the cabin. We're in the cabin first, because things don't start getting crazy until the murder house shit. Like, things was going good at the cabin.
What time y'all start this? 8?
No, 6 o'clock.
Alright.
6:15. I shit you not. Things start happening at 6:15.
It's still daylight a little
15 minutes in, the sun's going down.
It's the sun's going down.
But it's
you know
still
what I
light
mean?
enough to see
It's still
shit.
a little
You
light
got some
out,
orange up in there. You got some orange up in the
Yeah,
light.
a little bit orange, a little bit purple going on in the air right now, right? So we're in the fucking living room, and the ball starts glowing, just starts glowing out of nowhere. So we're like, all right, I'm just looking at it, like I ain't thinking nothing of it. And Hannah goes, hey, I think we got something here. And everybody's looking at me like, oh yeah, I think we got something. I'm like, what we got? So again, the ball lights up again. Like, all right. The REM pod is sitting maybe 10 feet away from it. That starts going off. Now, have you when I got there, I picked up one of these cat balls just to see. All right, you gotta touch the cat ball to make it work. You gotta touch the antenna on the REM pod to make this shit work, to make it do things. It started doing all this shit.
No one touching it.
Nobody's touching this shit. So Hannah goes, I think we might have something. Let me find out. She goes, if you are strong enough, if there's somebody in here with us, make the ball light up again. Shit you not, the motherfucking ball lights up again.
Were you thinking?
I'm like-
light up ball. Like, did you do that shit?
Hell no.
Yeah, it wasn't you, was it,
I
Mike?
was like, yo, this shit's real because I even said something. I'm
She
like,
was asking the.
He's already sold.
Or the.
Mike's
Yeah, he'd
already
already-
sold.
he'd already bought it, yeah.
part of this.
She was asking whatever
She was asking
entity.
whatever's there.
Yeah.
Can you make the ball light
If you're
up?
strong
Yeah.
enough. Oh,
And
Sure,
the ball
that's,
lit up.
that's how you do it.
That's how you do it. You don't
So-
talk shit to them if they don't start talking to
Yeah,
you.
what, you ain't strong enough?
Yeah, you
I
little
kept-
bitch.
shit to a ghost.
No, yeah, they were. Well, actually,
you do
Matt
sometimes.
was.
You
Matt,
was talking some nasty shit though, weren't you?
I was,
when
I
he
was
goes
very
back,
slight.
and he goes in the, when he goes back to the hot,
We
to the
haven't got
bronze,
there. We haven't got there yet.
He
Because
didn't
that's
go there
when
by
things
himself.
got strange for me. So I said, "There's something around the corner." I kept feeling like there's something around the corner, and a light went off in the kitchen down the hallway. A light was going off down there, and I was like, it happened right after I said that. So they're like, all right, let's go ahead. Let's do a quick rundown. Let's do a quick test to see what we got. So Leanne and Kid go up to the loft. And Leanne has the static thing on right now. Jen is at the balcony. So Jen's looking down at us. Leanne's off in the loft. And she got the static thing on. And the rest of us are downstairs. Now, Hannah has the dowel rods, whatever. They're asking questions, you know, and a simple yes or no. Yes, the lines crossed. No, the things would open. And they're asking simple questions, you know. Is there someone here with us? They cross. Yes. The girl responds, yes. Are you in the room with us? And says yes. And lines cross, yes. Well, then Matt goes, where are you? And the girl upstairs says, behind the girl. So Jen goes, you know, because we can't really hear her. Jen's relaying the message back and forth because she can't hear us.
So they're listening on headphones to the static?
No, she's listening to the static upstairs. Leanne is. We're downstairs asking questions.
Having a whole conversation.
Yeah, Jen's relaying what is being said through the static on the headphones with Leanne.
But whoever's on the static can hear voices in the static.
Yes. So she says, I'm next to the girl, or I'm behind the girl.
And they've recorded this
So-
static?
Yeah, I think so. You can record it. Because I asked the same question. Can you record it? And they say, yeah. I'm like, all right, cool. Because I'm still iffy at this point with the machines, but I'm like, I'm into it right now because the thing says behind the girl. Matt goes, what girl? It says down to the left. I'm looking down to the left. That's Tina, right? If you're down there with us. So Tina gets up. She's like, oh, hell no. We ain't starting the night like this. Like, no, we are not starting the night like this. Hannah looks scared for a second. And she goes, yo, y'all, I was about to say, I feel something on the back of me. And Matt was like, well, if you're upstairs and you're looking down and to the left would be behind Hannah. And I'm like, all right, fair enough. So now everybody's hyped. I'm hyped at this point. I'm like, yeah, all right, cool. Maybe we really got something going on here. They're like, let's go up to the brothel. Okay, cool. Let's go on up to the brothel room. We go up to the brothel room. As soon as I walked in the fucking room, it was just a cloud, like it was a fog, like
Thousands of dead children.
it was. See, yes.
Thousands of aborted babies.
So look, I walk in the room and it's a thick fucking fog, like some over the seas, like an England fog.
It wasn't weed.
No, it was like.
I'd have
so
sparked up right then and I'd been like, fuck it, man. I'm throwing some weed up in the mix here.
I go in there and I say this shit. Now everybody else is already in the room, and I say, God damn, it's foggy as shit in here. Like if I put my hand out in front of my face like this, I wouldn't have been able to see it.
And there was nothing coming through vents.
Hold on,
like-
I'm getting
okay,
that.
I'm listening.
Because when I said that, everybody looked at me all stupid. And I'm like, what, y'all can't see this shit? Nobody saw what I was seeing.
That's some bullshit.
Kid is not. This is real. So look, Kid is next to me, right? I tap Kid. I'm like, yo, do you see this shit? She's like, nah, motherfucker, I don't see what you see. And I'm like, no, I'm not the only one that can see this. There's no way I'm the only one that's seeing this shit right now. So then the young girl,
Then the
Leanne,
ghosts are laughing at you. Oh shit! Did Swayze throw your phone across the room?
That was the fucking ghost that was haunting my room. I
So,
just got goosebumps.
look.
Ugh.
So no, this is all fun stuff right here. It doesn't get serious yet. So
I'm already scared.
we're in the brothel, and Leanne, she notices. She goes, "Oh, wait a minute." She goes, "I can see it too." And then Kid, it took Kid a minute, but then Kid saw it, and she's like, "Yo, I see what you're talking about." But still, nobody else could see it at this time. So there's a camera that's directly down the hallway where we were sitting at. Me and Kid were sitting on the wall, and we could look down the hallway to the loft where the camera was set up at. And I kept telling him, I'm like, the fog is getting thicker, and then it would disappear. And it would come back, go, and it would come just like it was there, then you blink and it was gone, you know? So Kid was looking down the hallway, and you could see when the fog got thick, you couldn't see the little light on the camera. So she's tripping now. Kid's like, yo, wait a minute. I can't see the camera no more. Yeah, because the fog is thick. Then it would be gone. And it was just like that, right? So Matt and Debbie, they're off to the side, and there's no fog around any of them. It's just around the young girl, Leanne, Jen, and myself. And they're like, all right, let's start asking questions. So the young girl has the rods in her hand, and they're asking, you know, are you in here with us? Yes. You know, how many, what was like, was this a brothel? Yes. And it's just, are you part of the fog? Yes. And the one woman, Tina, was like, let's check something out real quick, because the REM pod was in there with us. And it's going off and on when we're asking questions. It goes off and it's going off saying the temperature change, right? So this is what I liked about them, though. This is the thing I like, because they want to debunk themselves. They're like, all right, maybe there's something wrong with the ventilation. Let's check the ventilation out. So they go, we check out the vent. There's nothing wrong with the vent. They're like, all right, let's see if there's a draft coming through the window. Maybe it's coming from the seal in the window that could be changing the temperature. There's no draft coming through the window. So they're like, all right, so we're debunking while we're making assumptions about things, right? Debunking at the same time, which I enjoyed that part, because I'm like, okay, we're fact checking ourselves right now at this moment.
And you're doing this in the pitch black.
Yeah, we in the dark.
That place ain't got power anyways, right?
Yeah, it had power. We had heat and everything, man. Plumbing the whole nine. Like,
Oh, so it's functioning the crib.
It wasn't like
Yeah.
candlelit.
Did you try to go to the bathroom at any point and have something freaky happen in the bathroom?
Go ahead and take a shit.
but here's the thing.
God damn.
Damn, I didn't realize there was
I'm
a
about to take a
brothel.
shit up in this motherfucker, Timmy. Why you think?
Now look, the
The ghost
bathroom.
Tim. If you ain't careful, Tim, I'm blow up this
Tim, you better
bathroom.
have some paper in this son
But
bitch.
look, check this out. So the bathroom downstairs, it's
Wasn't
just,
this single ply, Tim?
the bathroom didn't have no mirror in it. Now the murder house had a bathroom, but I don't think that bathroom worked. But so
Did you do the red rum, Mary,
hold on,
Bloody Mary shit?
hold on. But look, check this out. So
Candyman.
Yeah.
we're doing the brothel
He's
joint, right?
wacky that the Candyman.
So look, we're doing the brothel joint, right? We're in there, we're asking questions, and everything's going gravy. And the fog is getting thicker. And I'm like, wait, if the fog is getting thicker, maybe it's more than one entity in here. And I was like, hey, is it more than one of y'all? Yes.
You said more than two of y'all.
And it went no.
So there's two of y'all.
No, it's more than two. It's more than two.
More than-
Quick question.
Right, so there's
Yeah.
only two.
Nah, asking questions right now in the room?
No.
Or
Are there, you said is there more than one of
Yeah,
y'all?
and it said yes.
It said yes. I said, are there more than two of y'all?
Yes, yeah. And it kept going up, and I told the girl, I said, no, it's 5. And she goes, no, I'm gonna get to that. And she goes, is it 3?
So you thought it was 5.
I felt it was 5. So when it got to 5, it said yes. And I'm like, all right, cool. I knew that.
Quick clarification. The incident happened in 1979, 49 years ago.
how old is this house though?
The cabin itself, I don't know how old the cabin was.
But
'Cause
older
I'm-
than 1979. you
Yeah,
think?
I'm still in the cabin now. We haven't got to the
These
murder house yet.
identities- Oh fuck. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
we ain't
keeping
even
up.
in the murder house yet. We're still in the cabin.
Oh, okay.
So now they want to do the static box test and in the brothel. So all 5 of us leave. Leanne and Jen are in the room now. Now we're down the hall, around the corner. We're all sitting in this room and we're starting to ask questions. Now they gave Jen a camera to take pictures, like just random pictures, just to see if you catch anything, whenever anything goes off, right? Start asking questions, and whatever's in there is infatuated with the young girl Leanne. Like it's telling her, fix your posture, beautiful, pretty, all this stuff, right? And Jen was telling us that the young girl was just getting uncomfortable. You could see like she was being touched and she just wasn't feeling right? So Hannah goes, hey, what if we swapped out people? Let's just see what happens. Now, this young girl has on the static box that is just loud as fuck playing static noise. And she has the blindfold on, so she can't see you, hear you. She's just saying whatever's coming out of the fucking static.
She's listening and repeating.
Exactly.
And they do that for control purposes, like
Yeah.
testing to make sure there's no
Yep.
shenanigans.
So
Okay.
I swap places with Kid. I'm staying in the room now with this young girl. She's on the ground and she's got the headphones on, blindfold on. They don't even get a question out. And she goes, who is that? And I hear them ask, who is who? She responds and points in my direction, the man. And I'm like, oh fuck, these motherfuckers even know where I'm standing. All right, sweet. That's what's up. You know what I mean? I'm like, that's cool. Yeah, I'm up in here. What's up? You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to get paid. Y'all trying to get paid good. I'm trying to get paid too. Yeah,
You ain't talking about practice?
Yeah, you talking about practice. I'm trying to get paid. What's this ghost shit working with? You know what I mean? So, they ask a couple more questions, and I'm relaying the answers back to them. And so far, it seems like everything is going how it's supposed to go. So now, me and the young girl's mom, Tina, we swap places. I go back to the law.
How old is the young girl? You say she's 18?
20.
20.
Yeah. So we're in there. So the young girl's in the room, and her mom's in there.
She work at Chick-fil-A?
I don't know where she working, but she's in the room, right? And first thing out the mouth was family, and then married. And we're like, family, married? Like, oh yeah, that's her mom, and her mom is married. Okay, yeah, fair enough. That makes sense, So it starts saying, like, it's giving her instructions, and she's not very comfortable with whatever this shit is saying to us. Like, close
Slap
the door.
your ass.
Yeah, it said one time I was gonna smack her
Bend
or some
over,
shit.
bend
Yeah.
over and grab your ankles.
So it's saying shit to her, and Matt now is
This is getting creepy.
yeah. So Matt's like, nah.
Double shit.
Matt's like, nah, this ain't happening. Matt's talking shit to this motherfucker now, right?
What, like he gonna hit the ghost? You
Yeah.
keep saying inappropriate things.
Talking to my lady.
So Jen is taking pictures, right? Jen's like, every time the REM pod would go off, Jen, boom, take a quick picture around the corner. REM pod go off, Jen go around the corner, boom, take a picture. The thing said, stop that. And we're like, stop what? And it said the light. So Jen was like,
Stop taking flash pictures.
what do you mean? And Jen goes, this light, and she clicks the light, and it goes, that one. And we're like, huh, must not like getting his photo taken. All right,
Turn
cool.
the flash off.
So, but you need to, we're in the dark. We're still in the dark the whole time. We're in
You
the
can
dark.
still catch something with that cameras.
So
Never can't tell.
Then Matt was like, all right, I'm gonna swap places. So Matt gets up and he swap places with Tina. He goes in the room. As soon as Matt walked in that motherfucking room, that REM pod is going slam the fuck off. I mean, that shit's beeping its ass off, yo. They didn't want his ass in that motherfucker at all, yo. So Leanne is starting to get uncomfortable now. She's like, I gotta take a break, y'all. I gotta take a break. So we stop. We go take a break. It's 9:30, right? Now the time is important here. Remember the time I'm telling you. It's 9:30. We go outside, take a quick break. Everybody, Matt and Debbie are talking to us, and they're like, yo, usually we don't get action like this. It's never this hype, But now we're gonna go to the murder house. All right, cool. 9:30, we go on over to the murder house now. We get in the murder house. We try to set up the REM pod. That shit did not work when we went in there. It was just ape shit. Like we couldn't get it to work right. The music box, couldn't get it calibrated. It wasn't working right. You know what I mean? At first. So we're like, fuck it. We're not gonna use any of that. So Matt's like, I'm gonna stay out here in the living room. I'm like, well, I'll just kick it with Matt. You know what I mean? I'm sitting on the day window. All the girls go back into the bedroom where the girl was murdered at. Now, they're back here, they're asking questions. I can't hear what they're asking. Like, they're back here and they're all talking, and I'm like, all right, I'm just sitting, I'm chilling. I got like a little bag of cookies with me. I'm eating cookies, just sitting there, you know, like, I'm just waiting for them to get on done. You know what I mean? I'm waiting for them to get done so then we can see what else is going on in the
You
house.
think these ghosts got any milk around here?
Yeah, I'm
You
chilling.
weren't that freaked out by the events that had transpired up to that point because you still had a fucking appetite.
He's eating cookies.
I was good. Like I was completely comfortable. Even when shit started happening to me, I was comfortable.
Do you think that you were comfortable because it wasn't scary, or were you comfortable because you have an acceptance of the otherworldly?
That I was comfortable with everything because I was prepared for shit to go crazy ape shit sideways.
Right.
I wasn't prepared for the emotional shit that happened later on.
Okay, keep going.
So they're in the bedroom. They ask their questions and whatnot and do their stuff, and then they come out and they're like, "We're gonna take a quick break."
And they think this her is the murdered girl.
Yes.
Okay.
So we go outside and Jen goes, "Hey, is Leanne okay?" Because she looked like she was just drained. Like the color from her was gone. Like everything. Like it was. She looked like she was just exhausted. So we go back in the house and we ask her, "Hey, are you all right?" She goes, "It's just something about that room that just drained me. Like I'm just exhausted. Like the feeling in there just didn't feel right." And I was like, "That's understandable. You know what I mean? She didn't feel right." So now they're like, they said they were telling us what they asked. They said they asked if the girl liked that they were in the room. It's that Dow Ross or whatever said yes. Said was she,
That's sad.
was she
Right
lonely?
out the gate.
Yeah, was she lonely? Said yes. They said, "Is this your happy place?" And they said the rods didn't move. Like they, you know, it was like a maybe, like it once was, but it isn't no more, you know. So then it said, "Is there evil in this house?" Said yes. It said, "Is the evil in the basement?" Yes. They said, "Is it safe to go in the basement?" No. What the fuck we do?
We go in the basement.
You know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
So
White people, yeah, let's go to the basement.
so we going downstairs to the basement now. Now we're in the basement of the murder house where they say the demon is at. Right? We set the music box. We got the music box to work now. We got that calibrated that's in the floor. Jen is sitting. I'm sitting by the steps when you come down. I'm right by the steps when you come down. Matt's next to me. Leanne, Hannah. Jen is somewhere in between there. Debbie's behind them with the she has her recorder the whole time. She got a body cam and the recorder on. And Matt's sitting on, no, matter of fact, it was Jen sitting next to me because Matt was on the freezer. And we're all downstairs. And, you know, we're asking questions with the dial rods and things are going okay. It's like, you know, yes and no and all that. Everything's being answered. I can't remember all of the questions. But they wanted to do the static box test, right? And they thought they had forgot it. Well, Debbie brought down the fucking, the thing where you can see mass in a stick figure form. She brought that downstairs. So she goes, "Here, Mike, here, if you want to hold on to this, I got to go back up there to get the static box or whatever." So I'm like, "All right, cool, what do I do with it?" They're like, "You just point at the area and just scan the room and if something pops up, it's already it's being recorded." I'm, "All right, cool, bet, whatever." So that's what the fuck I'm doing. I'm sitting there and I'm just going back and forth. And I get to this spot and fucking something pops up on it. And it's a stick figure thing and I'm looking at it and it's just standing there like this, like it's kind of crooked. And I'm like, huh. And it goes away. It comes back. And Matt's next to me at this point. I said, "Yo, you see this, cuz?" He said, "Yeah, you got something." I'm like, "All right, cool." So I just keep it right where I was looking at something. And it disappeared. Well, Debbie comes downstairs. Matt's like, "Yo, Mike caught something on the camera here." And she was like, "What'd you catch?" I was like, "I don't know, it was a stick figure over here that popped up. Like, it was over in this area." She goes, "Well, point it back over." So I pointed back over there. There's nothing there. She goes, "I think you might have caught a reflection of the ductwork. So here we go debunking this shit." She goes, pointed up at the ductwork. Okay, I pointed up at the ductwork. You can see the ductwork in, the stick figure form, and you see it on the contrast picture. So I go back to where I was pointed at, and fuck, there it is again. I said, see, there it is. That's the same thing I saw. She goes, all right, hold on. So now you got...
Scooby-Doo is killing it right now.
There's a pillar right here in front of me. You got the space that I'm shooting at, and then you got Hannah next to the pillar to my left. So I'm scanning to my right. Hannah's to my right. I'm scanning to the left, and there's a pillar right in the middle. Hannah goes, well, I need to see something. She goes, let me move around a little bit. She goes, do you see me? I said, no, I don't. I see you in my visual. You're not on any one of the cameras here. I don't see you on here, but I see the stick figure. She goes, where is it? I said, it's directly in front of you, honestly. I said, it's on the other side of this pillar. She goes, okay. She moves again. Can you see me? I'm like, no, it's not you moving. It's whatever this is in front of you right now. So she goes, I'm gonna walk over where it's at. Okay, do your thing. I got this on it. I don't know what good it's gonna do, but I got you. So she walks over. As soon as she walks over, whatever it was gone. Now she's standing there. I got her in the contrast picture, and I got her stick figure on the mask thing. I said, I have you right here. I'm looking at you on both of these. She goes, give me a direction. Move your left hand. She moves her left hand. I'm like, yes, this is you. This is clear as day. This is you. I see you. I see that. What I saw was not that. And she was like, okay, we got that out the way. So now they got the static box, and they're like, who wants to put this on? Now, me being as skeptical as I was at first, because I'm more skeptical of the equipment than anything else.
Yeah, I would have been too.
So I'm like, yo, let me put that on. Because when we were asking questions, Jen is the one that had the dowel rods, and I know Jen wasn't going to mess anything up. So when they were going yes with her holding them and going no when she's holding them, I'm like, all right, you're my variable. I know that you're not moving them. So I can believe the dowel rod thing now, So I'm like, let me get the static box thing. So I got the static joint on. This shit is loud as fuck, and all you hear is like, I guess the static changing the channels on the AM stations, whatever. Loud as shit. I got the blindfold on, right? And they start asking questions. I'm just sitting there, I'm listening, and then I hear a voice. And I'm like, what the fuck? Wait a minute. Something actually came through. So I go like this, I push on them, so I'm like, let me focus now. So I'm focusing, I got my head on, and I know I said people a couple times. I said outside. I said 7, 9, and I did something. I remember saying that, right? Fucking.
Oh, wow.
So this is what I'm actually hearing this shit come through here. So now I'm no longer skeptical of the static box.
Like I did something in 79.
But I heard something say I did something. And I'm like, fuck, I can hear this shit. I really hear this. Okay, cool. So, while I'm answering these, I'm feeling something like this, I'm like, all right, so I'm thinking it's Jen next to me saying, oh, motherfucker, you're answering questions. I'm like, hey, I know, I'm doing good, you know what I mean? So then I get this.
Yeah, nah, it's chilling with you.
So I get this, and I'm like, what the fuck, that's the, all right. Yeah, what's up? And now everybody's looking at me. Nah, Matt's next to me, and I'm like, what's up? They're like, yo, could you hear us? I said, the only time I heard anything was when Matt said, make me. I said, whenever you said, make me, this shit went ape shit. I couldn't understand nothing. I mean, it got louder and shit. You could feel the difference, the anger in it, right? So, Kid, I guess, asked it, how many of us was in here, and I said 7. Now, at the time, I wasn't paying attention how many of us was in this motherfucker, right? So I said 7. I said, how many of us is it? They're like, it's 7 of us, and I'm like, oh shit. Oh, goddamn, it really is 7 of us in this motherfucker. All right, bet, you know what I mean? To me, now, I'm all the way in. Like, fuck yeah, all right, cool. Now I'm in this shit. We go upstairs, right? I thought we were only in this fucking house for maybe 40 minutes to an hour. We look at the time, it's 12:30. 3 hours done gone by.
Shit.
And don't none of us understand how 3 hours went by. So we're like...
Stuff happened you don't remember, Mike.
Exactly. Me and Kid been talking about this for days. Days that we don't understand where the time went.
It's like time literally just stopped flying.
So hold on, it gets even better.
Goosebumps.
So now...
Yo, we gotta go eat mushrooms and do this.
No, hell fuck no. Hell the fuck no. So look,
Mike's eyes got big.
no, because then shit changed for me after this. So we go to the woods next. We're going out to the woods. We're gonna see what's going on in the woods. Because they say to get action out in the woods. We go out to the fucking woods.
Yeah. What the fuck, man? Of course you gonna get some action in the goddamn
In
woods.
the basement. Let's go to the
No,
basement.
the woods had no action.
Well,
no
like,
action in the
yeah,
woods.
like I'm
Oh,
still,
okay.
I'm
So
still
it's just
depressed.
Like a nature walk.
But I'm still depressed by the entity that was probably the girl that got
Oh,
murdered.
bro,
Talking about
that-
being lonely.
That's the shit that, hold on, it gets
That
worse
shit's
with that.
fucking- that
That
shit's-
gets terrible. That
Nah,
gets
that's-
They're
terrible.
all
No.
going to the window where she got thrown out of, rather where she
we're-
got buried.
We're in the room.
No,
like,
she
we're
got killed in that
in
room.
her room.
He threw
Well,
her
yeah,
out
the
the
room is-
window. He threw her out the window because it was easier than dragging
Well,
her out
yeah,
of the
of
house.
course. But I'm saying you better off find some shit around where she landed right there, rather than way down in the woods where it
Well,
drove
see,
her.
here's the thing.
In the
This
room
is-
where she got
this
killed
is
is where the
Civil
hot spot.
War
Yeah,
ground.
that's where the action.
That's the hot spot.
So we go to the woods. There's nothing happening in the woods. We get back to the cabin. We're going in the cabin, right? And we're like, all right, let's see what's going on in the cabin. We go in the cabin. We get some snacks. We eat real quick. And we go on back up to the brothel. We up in the brothel, you know. And was no fog at first when I walked in. But now I'm sitting on a different side. I'm not sitting where I was sitting at before. I'm sitting on a different end of the room. And fucking kid looks at me and she goes, motherfucker, your glasses are foggy as shit. I said, I know they are, but the whole room looks like my glasses look right now. Like I took my glasses off just like this and the room is still foggy to me. She goes, at first, she wasn't sure about it, but then when she seen my glasses fog up like they did, I'm like, this is what I'm trying to tell you. This is what I see that y'all don't see.
Mike sees dead people.
So Jen is looking at me like, holy shit. And everybody's like, yo, you still see the fog? I said, yeah, I do. But they didn't. You know what I mean? So we asked a couple more questions in there. And then we're like, okay, let's head on back to the murder house. Now, we got back to the cabin around, I want to say 1:45. We left out of the cabin around 2 o'clock, 2:15. It was a witching hour. I remember saying shit like, yo, shit's about to get weird now. Now, the young girl's obituary is on the mantle. Debbie said, hey, I would like to take her obituary over to the house, put it in her room, and see what happens. I'm like, all right, cool. Matt said, hell fuck no. Matt was like, I'm not doing that shit. Y'all want to do that shit? Y'all can do that shit. I'm not doing it. I'm like, man, I paid money to be here.
Man, I'm gonna go chill with the motherfuckers in
I'ma
the
go see
brothel.
what's happening.
Fuck this murder
So-
house. I'm gonna be in there talking shit about like
This is
pussy
when shit
in
changed
the brothel.
for me. So now
All right, Mike.
I take the daggone photo with us to the murder house. Heavy, it's about 2:15ish, right? We get to the murder house. Matt says the same thing he said last time. I'm gonna sit in the living room. Y'all can do whatever y'all want to do in the murder house or in the room. Now, we left the music box downstairs in the basement calibrated. So that was the only thing that we left down there besides the cameras and shit. We go in the bedroom. We're in the bedroom and we start asking questions. Kid has on the static box, right? Leanne is next to me on the floor. I'm standing up the whole time. I'm next to Leanne by the floor and the door. She's by the closet with me. Jen's across Leanne. Tina's next to Jen. Debbie standing up. Hannah's by the wall when you come in the room to the right. We start asking questions. And it starts off, Jen can hear something coming through the static box. But Jen couldn't make it out. Jen goes, hey, I hear voices. But I don't know what it is. I can't hear what it's saying too well through the static. But she goes, there's definitely something talking. She gives the box to Tina. Tina's on the box, right? Tina goes, we start asking questions, and Tina's like, can you leave? And it's like, no, I can't, I can't leave. I'm stuck here. Bad things. Then it goes, they're coming. Like, who's coming? Like, it's like the police, they're coming. And then whistle. When she said whistle, the music box starts going off downstairs. Now we can hear this music box going off because we left the basement door open. Everybody's like, yo, the music box is going off. So they're still asking questions. Tina's repeating whatever's coming out of her mouth. It goes, I got her. I got her good. I'm gonna get her again. I got her. I did it. I got her good. And then it goes back and forth between that and I guess whatever the little girl is saying, right? Tina starts rocking in the floor. Like, I can see it fucking with her now. It's fucking with her. But the whole time they're asking questions, that music box is steady going off. I mean, it's just going off and constantly going off, right? We hear this shit. It's still playing the fucking tune, right? They ask you some other shit and it's like, doubter, disbeliever, or something like that, right? And then it said my name, apparently, because the woman called my name out. It just said Mike, and everybody looks at me.
Doubtful Mike.
So I'm like, all right, cool. Then they called me out. So Tina takes off the fucking static thing, and she gives it to me. So I'm like, okay, so now I have this box on. Now I don't have the blindfold now. So I turn around and I put my head, and I'm in the closet, and I got my hands on the fucking headphones so I can hear whatever's coming through. I'm trying to focus, right? So I'm listening, and the thing starts saying rape. Then I hear, stop it. Two different voices. One was aggressive, one was very light. Stop it. Here, rape again. Here, stop it. Hear it again. Rape, and then it's getting louder. And then this is where it fucked me up, was right here, was the little girl was crying. Like, it was a fucking, a painful, like, just, I can't even reenact it. But the shit fucked me up so bad. Yeah. I threw the shit off my head. I was like, I can't do this. She's crying. I started to cry because I started feeling all kinds of weird shit. Like, wait a minute, something's wrong with me. Something's not right now.
You know about residual hauntings?
Yeah.
Well, residual hauntings are sort of like something so bad happened, it gets burned into, like, the fabric of time.
Yes.
And so it's almost like you were witnessing it auditorily what occurred.
Exactly.
Because the way things will be burned into time and they replay. So you were probably there at the exact time that it happened and got
No. That happened. The rape and murder happened that morning, 8 o'clock that morning before school, because the parents left them to go to school. To have them get ready for school. But here's the crazy part. So that shit happens, and I couldn't figure out what I was feeling at the time. I couldn't think of the word to put it together at that. But I know I felt really fucked up. Asked a couple more questions, and I was like, yo, we got to take a break. So we go back outside, and I'm talking to Kid, and she goes, yo, motherfucker, when I seen you react how you reacted, I know something's up then, because you don't ever react shit like this.
Well, did the recording get all of that?
That's just it. I don't know yet, because I have no idea what the recordings got. So I tell them I'm not putting that fucking headset back on again. I can't do it. At that point, I'm outside smoking a cigarette. But the crazy part is, when you left out the room, you didn't have that feeling anymore. Once you left out, you stepped outside that room, you didn't feel none of that shit that you felt in there. So I go back in the house. Now, Hannah, Tina, and Leanne are all in the house. Leanne looks like, again, she done lost all color in her. You know what I mean? We're sitting there, and Hannah looks over at me, and she goes, did you feel that? I said, yeah. I said, but I can't describe what I felt. I don't understand it. It took me days to figure what I was feeling, because me and Kid, we've been talking about this all week.
Sure, yeah.
And I said, I know exactly what it was that I felt. And she was like, what? I said, it took me a while to figure out, but I felt vulnerable. I felt like weak. There was helpless.
Exposed.
Like, yeah, that's exactly what I felt like.
You were experiencing power and feelings and emotions and things that you couldn't comprehend how it was happening.
Yeah.
And that scared you in a way you didn't know you could be scared.
That's just it. It wasn't me that was scared.
Well, then it freaked you out.
It's
I
like
felt
inner
like
psyche penetration.
it felt like I was the one that was taken advantage of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing I could do. So I was like, man, if this is how rape victims, molested victims, if these how these people feel, I feel sorry for every last one of y'all. Like, if this is how y'all felt, I am so sorry that y'all feel this way, because this shit fucked with me like bad. Like, this shit's been carrying on me since then. Because
Jew, it's like we said. Somebody stuck their finger up Mike's
Yeah,
ass.
yeah,
He's
yeah,
gonna,
yeah.
he's gonna give him
So-
his ass.
So look, it's like
I'm glad he come back still black.
it was crazy though because I'm like, young, like I'm watching fucking a video on Instagram, fucking like a little kid getting like he beat cancer. I've seen kids ring his bell many a time. This kid rings the bell, I'm fucking crying all of a sudden. Like, what the fuck? Like, this shit ain't right. Like, it unlocked some emotional shit with me.
Well, he should went in there doubting. The motherfucker
I never was
touch his
doubting,
soul,
but
bro.
look, I never was doubting. That's the
Tim
thing.
apparently doubt your word, bro.
So we going back in the living room now. We're back in the living
now.
room.
Tim, he's definitely Tim.
So look, we go back in the living room, right?
Tim Ghost come out and says, "Stop being a bitch and come on."
So we're in the living
I got
room,
something for you.
and
Well, yeah, Mike, you don't need to be hanging out at that house any more than you already have.
so look, we're in the living room now. We're back in the living room, right? And since I'm not gonna wear this headset, Jen definitely doesn't want to wear it again. Leanne's like, I'm not trying to wear this headset. We're like, okay, let's just cut it on and have all of us in the floor listen to it. All right.
I mean, if it's recorded, none of y'all really need to really listen to it.
but it's so,
No. That affects what's happening at the time. If they don't hear it, they might feel weird and be like, "This is creepy" and scared. But like, if they hear it, then they interact. Things get even weirder or stranger. Clearly.
So now this thing is
Like
in
the
the
one
floor.
was like, "Oh, you doubt it? Come over here and take a listen."
Yeah, so now we have the static boxes in the floor and it's playing and we're all sitting there and we're trying to pick out what it's saying and Debbie's asking questions, Matt's asking questions, but then Matt stops asking questions and Debbie's the main one asking questions at this point, you know what I mean? Because Hannah's been affected by the room. I've been affected by the shit. Leanne ain't too cool with everything.
So everybody's freaked out.
Everybody's fucked up at this point,
I'm
right?
fucking freaked out.
So the static box starts saying, because Debbie's asking questions,
My stomach hurts.
Debbie's asking the questions, and the fucking box says, "Shut up," and it says, "Shut up" again. Then it got mad. It was like, "Shut up, bitch," and just kept and said it over and over a couple times. So we're like, all right, we heard this. All of us heard same shit. It's right here on the floor with us.
It's the devil.
So we're like, all right, let's go to the basement one more time. So we go to the basement.
Jesus.
Oh, no, we went. There was a room under the back. There was a back room. We went to a back room. Went in the back room, didn't feel nothing. Like it felt like a normal room. Like I'm sitting here with y'all, just kicking it. It felt like you didn't feel nothing in the room. You know what I mean? Like you could tell there was a difference in shit when you walked into places in this house. So then we go down to the basement. The basement felt nothing like what it felt the first time we was in it.
Weird.
Like it was just chill. Like we're sitting down in there and we thought something was behind Debbie, right? Because they had a light strip on the floor and it kept going off. But Debbie was like, yo, I think it might be me making this light go off. So she fucking stopped moving, the light went out, she moved, light went off. Okay, we debunked that. So there's nothing down here with us right now. But we clearly heard the music box going off the whole time we were in the young girl's room, right? So we go upstairs after we did the basement again, and we're upstairs in the living room. And we're like, let's see what time it is. We started this shit around 2:15. It is 5:30 in the morning.
So another 3 hours.
Another 3 hours done gone. And we're like, yo,
I feel like
what
that's significant.
in the fuck is going on? Like, why in the hell?
Like you blink and it's been fucking 3 hours.
And we all sit there like, there's no way we've been in this house 3 damn hours. There's just no way. So Debbie's like, all right, what y'all want to do? Y'all want to go back to the cabin, get some sleep, and then do a little bit more investigation? I'm like, look, you know, I know Matt's been up for 2 days. Kid ain't had no sleep. I've been up for a while now. Like, we all been up. How about we just wrap it up and just see what everybody got? You know what I mean? So we wrap everything up, dab everybody up. Good meeting everybody. We roll out, right? And the good part of the story I'll tell on the next episode, but I'm going to end this episode with this right here. Debbie hits us up the next fucking day in a group chat and says, hey, y'all remember the music box playing when we were asking the questions upstairs? We're like, yeah. Nothing. They have nothing that has any proof that music box was playing. There's no fucking sound on the fucking video. There's no sound on the recorder. But Hannah says she got to check her recorder because she left hers down there too. But there's nothing. There's no recording of that music box that we heard playing. The camera, for some odd reason, wasn't like it's working, but it didn't record. There's a time lapse of nothing being recorded. Like it's just,
a 3 hours.
I don't know yet,
Or 3
but-
minutes.
It's like Contact, the movie.
so
I'm not even kidding.
we're trying. So there's so much footage. There's 12 hours of footage to go through, of recordings, of video, of the machines, like everything. 12 hours of shit that's constantly fucking happening, and we don't even know what was happening when we weren't in the houses. So there's shit you still got to go over that we weren't there, that you could probably hear and see. But that was my experience at Cabin 360 in Mechanicsville, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. I talked to kid, me and her, we talked all week long about this shit. She was like, look, I don't think I'll go back again. I said, I probably would, just because, one, it's me.
Well, we got to see if the same shit
And
happens
two,
again.
I got some more questions because we
Like,
never
is
got
it
to the back
staged?
room in the cabin where I said there was something around the corner. Because Hannah
I think that's tough to stage.
Because Hannah asked me, Hannah said, man, Mike, when I told her earlier that day I felt something around the corner, she goes, how did you know that there was something around the corner? I said, it was just a feeling I got. She's like, how do you know that there's something there? I'm like, it's just like when you're in the best way I could explain it was like if you're in a crowd of people and you feel somebody looking at you,
Yeah.
and you look up and you make eye contact with that person. I said, that's the feeling I get. I said, there's no other way I can explain it but that. I just knew something was around the corner. I knew it was 5 things upstairs in that room, and I something was touching me in the basement, that it wasn't y'all. You know what I mean? Like, there's just things out here that I can't explain, but I'm more curious to find out even more shit about them. You know what I mean? Like, but this whole experience, I definitely do again. I go to another thing with them. I'm for sure gun-ho, ready to go with them next time they invite me out. If I can swing it, you know, because I got the wedding and everything. I am getting married this year. But, you know, overall, the experience for the first time ever going out and all that action, I couldn't ask for nothing better.
See, all I would want to know, like, I would get all caught up and be like, how can I Swayze this poor thing and get this, like, entity, you know, that's like the good girl to, like, get out of here?
Can't. It's not allowed to.
How can you not Swayze that shit?
It's
You
in
remember
the
the end of
rules.
Ghost?
Yeah,
Gotta get
yeah.
the demon
Demon
out
out
the
first.
ghost?
You gotta get the demon out first, and then the
You
angel.
think that's what it
will
is?
and the angel will be
It's in
free.
the rules of the paranormal investigation. You can't tell nothing to go to the light. You cannot try to save
You can't talk
whatever.
directly to.
So you just gotta roll up
Melissa.
there. You
Her
just gotta
name
roll up
was
there and just start
Melissa.
talking to him. Not on the investigation shit. Just be like, just roll up there. Just be like, yo, what's up, dog? Like, you need to break yourself, bitch.
break yourself,
Leave this white woman alone, Tim. Leave this white woman alone, Tim. This ain't your place no more, Tim.
But
And
yo,
then get the ghost from Ghost, the black ghost out the sewer. You gotta find a sewer so the black
That's
ghost
the
can come
thing
out
about
there and
Tim.
take.
that's
Okay,
just what he came up with.
Yeah, that's what we're rolling with for this episode.
Oh my God, y'all.
That's how we get
I
down.
am shook. I am fucking shook.
Well,
Like, I can't wait to hear more
Patrick
about
didn't feel
that.
no
Okay,
shit.
first of all, the rapist brother's name was Randy.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, it's Randy.
Randy
Oh,
Lee.
fuck, Randy's Tim.
Randy Lee.
That's even better than Tim.
And
Then.
rest in peace,
Randy!
Melissa.
Randy's still alive.
Randy's still fucking alive,
Who's the
baby.
goddamn? Who's the rapist killer ghost, man? What's his name?
No,
The rapist
That's
was
the demon.
Randy.
The rapist
demon,
was
they
the
say,
big brother. The stepbrother was Randy. The demon, though.
They say is
That's
what
the
got him.
motherfucking devil.
That's what the thing was talking to Mike.
'Cause they
Nobody
said-
knows who the demon is. The demon's just a
Hold on,
demon.
they said
The
that
demon
people.
used Randy.
They said that people that have been there have recorded it saying Beelzebub.
Beelzebub.
That's the one. That one. Yeah, that one. That's the devil. It's one of the names that the devil goes by.
Look, y'all never seen the fucking Exorcist?
I don't watch that white people.
Look,
you
I'm
don't
all
watch-
into this
yeah.
shit.
I mean, I got the
Like,
music playing. I've seen it once.
I'm all into this. Like, I
Right.
know he goes by many names.
Yeah, yeah, and that was one of them that they say that people that have been there have got that recording saying that. Like the last time they were there, they
I don't
had
fuck with
something
that shit.
walking
I
in
don't
front
like
of
it,
the
bro.
camera.
I don't like it either.
I'll tell you, it's been plenty of times where I've run
we
upon
gonna
the
do it,
spot.
Joe. We gonna do it, Joe.
Yeah, you can't get them.
You wouldn't want to go with me. You wouldn't go with
No,
me.
them clear people can leave themselves to the bee, bro. I'm trying to tell you, I've been in areas where I'm like,
You said something gay, so you gotta say
I
no
definitely ain't the
homo.
only motherfucker in this room right here. I'm
No.
trying to, no, I'll tell you,
he's not
no,
lying.
my
He
ass,
won't
I'll
do
tell you
it.
what.
Yeah.
No,
Really?
no, my
Hold on,
ass.
hold on, ladies and gentlemen. With that said, we gotta bring this episode of the Basic
Call
Crap
me
Show to a
anything you
close.
want. I don't give a fuck.
We're gonna come back to this immediately as soon as possible.
But definitely, I want to shout out again, Southern Fall Care Paranormal. Thank y'all for the invite. Definitely do it again with y'all, man. Love y'all. Appreciate all that. Shout out to those that run 360 Cabin in Mechanicsville. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for that. Hell, fuck all of you motherfucking rapists and pedophiles and fucking molesters out there for doing this shit to fucking people. Because, man, that shit, if I could, I'd fuck every last one of y'all up. All right, I'm good. I'm good now.
Rest in peace, Melissa.
Yes.
Yeah, amen. Yeah, so, try to be nice to people, whether they look like you or they don't look like you. Don't be a dick.
Little bit by little bit, ladies and gentlemen. Keep moving forward.
Keep grinding on the things that you're trying to get done, because that is how things get done.
We believe in you.
That's right. Don't forget, we
And
do.
ghosts.
We love you very much.
Yep, and the ghosts.
We're not skeptics on ghosts around. But anyway, I think everybody here's at least had a little experience anyway. One way or another. But hey, so anyway, thanks
y'all.
again. Don't forget, we love you very much. We wish you nothing but the best.
All day, every day.
And peace be with you.
Gone.